Unpopular opinion, but cinematic lighting does not have to be expensive nor complicated. In fact, you can achieve a lot of super cinematic looks with just one single light source. In this video, I'll show you 3 of them. Before we actually get into the looks, I just wanted to briefly touch on does not have to be expensive. Because all 3 lighting setups that I'm about to show you, I lit with a super cheap softbox that I bought on eBay in 2013 or something for 27 euros. Sure, you can spend as much money on lighting as you can on cameras or microphones or pretty much anything. But even the most expensive camera is absolutely worthless if you don't know how to use it. And you can get a lot out of a cheap smartphone camera if you know how. And it's the same thing with lighting. It is much more important to use light correctly than to spend a crazy amount of money on it. However, expensive lighting, like expensive cameras, certainly has its place. For example, you wouldn't light a professional film with a 20 euro softbox, but for YouTube videos, that's more than enough. Look number 1 is called Rembrandt Lighting, which, as you might guess, is named after the Dutch painter Rembrandt, because he painted most of his portraits in this exact light. Characteristic of that light setup is, above all, the triangular light spot under the eye. To achieve this, simply place your softbox at a 45-degree angle in front and from above of your model. You might need to try a bit on where exactly you need to place the light to get your light triangle under the eye. Fun fact, that triangle is also called the Rembrandt patch. And there you have it, a super simple, natural, but still dramatic look for your videos. Or, for example, idea for portrait photography. Look number 2 gets a lot more dramatic with the so-called rim lighting. As you might guess, because it's rim lighting, we actually only light the rim of our model. This gives the model a kind of bright halo at the back of the head and makes it stand out nicely from the background, which gives the image a lot of depth. To achieve this look, we simply move our light behind our model, but keep it slightly from above. Depending on where we now place the light behind the model, we can specifically illuminate only the right or the left edge, or even the complete outline. However, you should make sure that your light does not shine directly into your lens, otherwise you'll get quite a lot of reflections and lens flares that we want to avoid. For look number 3, the so-called silhouette lighting, we're doing something crazy because we're not pointing our light directly at the model, but exclusively at the background. This explains where the name silhouette lighting comes from, because now we only get the silhouette of our model against the brightly lit background. And again, this creates a beautiful depth in the image because the model, and thus our main subject, stand out nicely from the background. Maybe you're starting to notice a pattern here that we always try to place our light so that depth is created in the image. And you know what's great about all this? I haven't just shown you 3 looks, I've shown you many more. Before you think I'm too stupid to count, what I mean is that you can combine these looks almost however you want. A combination of Rembrandt and rim lighting, for example, is the classic 2-point lighting that you see on television in almost all interview situations.